Who remembers those great Chicago Blackhawks teams of the early 2010s? You know, the ones with the Patrick Kane who would score a gigantic goal and do the heartbreaker celebration of the crowd. Jonathan Toews, who was the epitome of a leader, Captain Serious, that every other captain in the league wanted to be like. It was him and Crosby above the rest in that 2010s era. And this Blackhawks team was just everything that other NHL teams wanted to be, wanted to emulate. They were at the top of the world, and I remember looking at these guys and thinking, wow, this is de la crème, the top of the top in the NHL. And now, how far have they fallen? Again, last night, the Chicago Blackhawks got crushed by the Carolina Hurricanes 3-0. And you look at the score, you say 3-0, that's not too bad. Why are you saying they got crushed? The Blackhawks were only able to muster 24 shots on their former goaltender, Antti Ranta, whereas Carolina got 49 shots on Peter Mrazek and the Carolina Hurricanes. So, hey, it was just total, utter domination in this game last night. And Patrick Kane and Jonathan Toews, you can see it on their faces how much it's weighing on them to be on a team like this after all the greatness, all those huge goals, those huge playoff series wins, and those Stanley Cups. You can see just how much this is affecting number 19 and number 88. And honestly, they might not even move. I'm hearing some rumors about they might not move. I'm pretty sure they're going to move. Toews, he's more of a wild card. The word coming out of that camp is still a very good chance he's going to move because he wants to win more cups. But being the captain of an Original Six franchise and having brought them so much success in the past apparently means so much to that guy that he would consider staying through whatever the heck is going on in Chicago right now. And again, obviously, if the Blackhawks do, for some reason, want to keep Kane and Toews, they could sell them on the fact that, hey, there's a great chance of Connor Bedard, most likely the best prospect since McDavid, coming to us in the draft. We're probably going to have the best chance of getting him. That could change everything here. And you've got Seth Jones on defense. This could change everything. But if you're the Blackhawks and you want to rebuild, you traded a young Alex DeBrincat and a young Kirby Dach. Why would you want to keep your two old goats? Why would you want to do that where you could sell both of them off and get a pretty penny for them, then get Bedard, and bang, you could be off to the races with a really good rebuild and redo what you did in the first place when you got Kane and Toews through the draft. So, to me, it's just somebody please swoop in and save these two guys who clearly they despise losing, and they're doing a lot of it with the Chicago Blackhawks, who now, after this loss, are 8-21-4 and have the lowest amount of points in the NHL at 20. And it's just crazy to me to look at the Central Division and to see the Arizona Coyotes have 7 more points at the Chicago Blackhawks. Because to me, growing up, I always looked at the Yotes as a joke and the Hawks as being the top kings of the NHL. So to me, to see this, it seems like I'm living in an alternate Doctor Strange universe here. I don't even know what to think. And I started thinking about teams, and there's some really fun teams that these two guys could go to. Could you imagine Toews on the Colorado Avalanche or Patrick Kane on the Edmonton Oilers? Like, there's some really fun stuff that could happen here, and I want to see these two guys with fresh starts. I feel like there's still big names who can still play at a very high level, and it could be extremely fun to see them do that. Like, to see Patrick Kane cook with Connor McDavid in the Edmonton Oilers, or to see Jonathan Toews be the second-line center in Colorado or the third-line center in Colorado under Nathan MacKinnon would be perfection. I would love to see that so much for both these guys. Or could you imagine Toews, who's from Winnipeg, going to the Jets, who are just cooking it up this season? It would just be awesome. And somebody who's a contender, or at least a good team, please swoop in and save these two guys. Because it's just, to see them as shells of their former selves, clearly they're checking in. They're not there anymore. Like, it's the ghost of Patrick Kane and Jonathan Toews. Not that they can't play at a high level anymore. You can just clearly tell that they're so fed up with losing, and they're so annoyed with what the once great Chicago Blackhawks have become that it's time, man. It's really, really time. And their legacy is great with Chicago, and it always will be, but man, it's hurting every time they step on the ice and they get creamed like they're a beer league team. It does not look good on their legacy in Chicago. It's time.